All right. Looks like we are live once again because my goal is to bring you guys something every single day on this channel. And right now it's got to be a live stream, unfortunately, even though that's not my preferred method to bringing you guys some content. Um, Essentially, what's been going on around here is yesterday, while I was gone, while I was actually making the live stream that you might have seen yesterday, there was a pretty good storm that rolled through my neck of the woods. Pretty high winds, blew some stuff around. I spent some time picking up a couple things here today. We lost the power. It's been on and off. So, what else have I been up to today? Uh, I went and I looked at a car for sale. It was a Subaru. Um, it seemed okay in the ad, but then when I went to go look at it, it had almost every problem a Subaru can have. And I always offer something, even if it's something I know they're not going to take. If I make the trip out there, I'm not going to leave without saying, this is how much I'll pay for it. Sometimes it's $100, sometimes it's $300, sometimes, it's whatever they're asking. It depends on what it's worth and how bad I want it. This guy was asking $750. I looked at it, knew that it needed a ton of work, and I said, well, I'm here now, what's the best deal you give me on it? He said 600. I told him, I said, I definitely can't do 600 on it, but I'm here. I'll just be honest with you, I don't think you'll take it. And I told him, said respectfully, I said, I'm seeing all these problems that you might not have known about, but really, to even be able to put in the parts and still be under the book value on it, not including my time, I'd have to get it for $300. Thing need head gaskets. He didn't know that until I looked at it. It needed all four tires. It had some quarter panel damage, had a kind of rough interior. So all those things put together, I just couldn't do it. I mean, that car only really will bring like $1,100 if it weren't broken like how it was. So that's why I said that. And I'm sure somebody else that doesn't know as much might come out and look at it and buy it for 600 because that's the way things go. But I'm not going to be that guy. Then if you guys watched the last stream I did, you might have noticed that I had needed a tire for the old Rat Rod hard body. And this is the tire I got. I could not get anybody anywhere around to get me a 205 75 14 tire. Just couldn't get it. But I was at least able to find a 205 70 14, which is this tire here. It was used. I got it for $35, but it is in brand new condition. It's not the right size because the rest of the tires are 75, so it's a little bit shorter than the rest. But that I guess I'll have to live with because I literally, unless I want to buy a brand new tire, and even the place I was at didn't even have a 205 75 brand new. When it rained yesterday while I was gone, it was sunny when I left. If you look at the beginning of the stream, it was sunny skies above me when I left the house. And before I came back, it had downpoured. And so I had these windows down in it, thinking like I was going to come right back. And I don't know if you can see, but I got a little puddle of water in here. Good thing this isn't my daily. It doesn't smell very good. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to change the seat anyway. It's got rubber floors. I'm going to let it air out a little bit while I'm gone and hope it doesn't rain out of nowhere again. But yeah, so there's that. And you might also remember while I was streaming yesterday, I was at the junkyard looking for some 6-bolt wheels to put on this because I would really like different wheels. And when I got home, I hopped on Craigslist, started looking around, and I came across these. Found these on Craigslist, like I said, and they are 6 by 5.5 with a 108 millimeter center bore, which is important because a Chevrolet center bore does not fit on a Nissan truck without some modifications. So it's really good that I found one with a bore big enough to go onto my truck without modifying it. The tires are obviously way too big to fit on my truck. Those are 31 10 and a half 15s, and they're not in good shape anyway. They're like weather cracked, rotten. They all hold air though, but they ain't gonna fit because my truck is lowered a little bit. So I'm gonna have to get some different tires for them, and I'm also gonna have to get some longer studs, longer lug studs to fit them, because before I put this tire on, I just test fit one of these while it was off anyway, and the studs end right on the face of this wheel. So I'm gonna have to find some longer studs to throw on these, and then I should be good. What else? Not a big deal, you know. It's just kind of the thing that happens. So these wheels are 15-inch. They're aluminum, clearly. And they are 10 inches wide on a 44 offset. So they have a big fat lip on them. So these are gonna have a nice little poke to them, which I like. I might have to put some like flares on the truck to make it look right, or I don't know. You can't really camber a truck like this. You might be able to get a little bit in the front, but you can't do it in the back. It's a straight axle, so I can't tilt them in, which would look funny anyway. But I think it'll look really cool, and the stance will look really nice with that wide setup like that. I mean, when I just slipped that on there, the wheel came out to like here. So I'm not really a huge fan of stretch tires, but I'm gonna have to put a small stretch to make it work and be right, and because if I don't, it'll look crazy. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, this is not a truck meant to do anything but have a good time. It's not a serious race truck. It's not meant to haul stuff around. I mean, it will, but it's not its primary goal. I got a truck for that. So I'm just trying to make something entertaining. So that's that. And that, going out and picking up those wheels was also part of the reason why I wasn't able to make a video, because those wheels were out in Williamsburg, and that's like almost an hour and a half away from me. So yeah, it was a haul. So what is next? Well, I am about to attend an event. So something you guys should understand about what it takes to run my channel the way that I run it. Essentially, I usually have 3 cars at any given time. I have my regular daily driver that I use to haul other cars. And I use it just for daily routine stuff. I've started off with a 90. When I started this channel, I was using a 97 F250, but it was like the light duty one that looks like a F150. And then I ran that until I got up to like 272,000 miles, and it finally blew a spark plug out of the head. So I sold that and bought a 99 Dodge, which I made a video with about the wheel spacers and that kind of thing, and a steering component video as well. And then I bought the F-150 that I have now. I still have the Dodge. I posted both the F-150 and the Dodge for sale at the same time because I got an awesome deal on that F-150. I don't want to say how much I paid for it, but it was like nothing. So I posted both because I only really needed one truck. And the Dodge sold first, so that's what I sold. And now I've got the F-150, which I actually like the F-150 better. It's leather, has really good air conditioning in it, has 4 doors. The Dodge had 4 doors, but there were half doors in the back. This one is a Super Crew, has 4 full doors. and it just is more powerful than the Dodge. I do like that the Dodge had a straight front axle, but the motor just isn't what the motor is in the Ford. So yeah, so now I've got the Ford. Then I always keep like one long term type of project. When I say long term, I mean like couple months type of project. So like the first videos that you saw were with my Integra at the beginning of the channel. I had that for like a year, and I did a bunch of stuff that I didn't make videos on, and I really should have, because it was great stuff. I stanced that car right out with pretty decent suspension stuff. I mean, it was it was good budget stuff. It was Yonaka coilovers, had a full camber kit on it, had wheels, had Toyo Proxys tires on it. I mean, it wasn't super expensive, but I redid the complete suspension in that car and it looked awesome. And the videos I made were just about um, doing the exhaust on it. I also put a clutch in that before I was really doing much on YouTube, which also probably would have been a good video to make at the time, but just wasn't in my world yet. So yeah. And what else did I have? Then I had the V8 S10. That was one of my longer term ones, but I kind of sold that one because it wasn't built by me. It was somebody else did the V8 swap in it, and it wasn't done the way I would like it done, and it was going to turn into me just redoing it, and at that point I might as well have just had a different truck for a lot less money. So that I sold, got more than my money's worth out of that, and yeah. And then I've got the hard body, which is my multi-month, my longer term YouTube project. And then I've got like the short term stuff, the stuff that I just use to make snap video, snap video, snap video. You know, so I always got something going on for you guys. If I didn't do this, I mean, I'd run out of stuff to do, wouldn't I? So, yeah. So now right now I've got the F-150, I've got the hard body, and I need something that I can just do like quick turnaround videos. So that's what I'm in the market for. I sold the Focus. I was done with it. I really didn't have anything else left to do. So I sold that. Now I'm just looking for something else, but it's got to be the right price, because at the end of the day, I still got to sell it for enough to buy another one to do videos with. And any extra I can make is great too, but that's not why I do it. I do it. This is like my hobby. Making these videos is like my hobby. So that's that. My occupation is fixing cars, and I do that for myself as well, but I don't make videos when I'm fixing other people's cars because it's not fair to them. It would take me so much longer to set up a camera and make a video while I'm working on their car that, I mean, you wouldn't want to wait an extra 3-4 days for your car just because I want to make a video. So I don't do that. It's not professional. But if I ever get a customer that, sees my channel, is like, yeah, I really want you to make videos with my car, then at that point I might do that. But right now, that's not the case. So everything I do is just out of my pocket. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, like I think I said before, I'm going to be going to an event tonight. So that's the other part. So I do tool. So basically, in case you guys haven't noticed, to break it down for you guys that were kind of wondering if you see my channel, there's different parts to it. So I have tool review and tool advice videos. And then I've got car review and car advice videos. So stuff like the Nissan Sentra video that a lot of you guys watched. Or I made one on the Acura TL. And then all those Craigslist, like how to find the cheapest car on Craigslist episodes. Those were all like car review and car advice videos. And then there's a component of my channel that is tutorials, like how to do this, how to do that. Stuff like the coil spring spacer install on that F250 that I had. That's like a tutorial video. There's a couple other small ones on here. And I'm trying to do more of those. And then there's events, which are always somewhat popular. You know, I mean, I did TDH 2018, which a lot of people liked. Even guys from TDH commented on it. You know, so yeah, that was a pretty good one. Did a car show, the 65 Roses car show. Did a couple of no preps, Dominion, and then this week I could go to the no prep, and I'm sure they want me to go to the no prep, but I can't just keep making the same videos over and over again. You know, if I just keep going to the no prep every week and every week I put out a video from it, it's gonna get really boring really fast because there's not much of a story to tell. Guys just show up to run their stuff. That's it. So I'm going to a different race tonight. That is the RVA list, the Richmond, Virginia list. They kind of do like a list, kind of like what's on Street Outlaws. So if you're into that show, it's going to be like our local version of that they do. And there's some surprises I'm hoping to be able to shoot in that video to make it pretty interesting. So if you guys like my event videos, there should be one up tonight, if not tomorrow morning, depending on when I leave, how much I shoot, how long it takes me to edit. But yeah, putting up a video every day. Sometimes it's going to be a live stream like this. Sometimes it's going to be a full production video. That's just the way it goes. I'm just a person, you know. It's only 24 hours in a day, but I'm always finding something for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Be looking for that video from tonight's event.